What's going on, everybody? Red Velvet is back in the studio, and we have a special guest in studio with us for the first time in a long time. Coach Brad Sanders, how you doing today?
Pretty good.
Good. Thank you for taking the time to talk with us today. I'm excited. Get to learn a little bit about Riverton Parke football. But first, let's learn about you. Let's go back to the beginning.
Name's Brad Sanders. Went to Riverton Parke, graduated in '96. Went to Franklin College, played there for a year, and returned back home after having a son. And got into coaching junior high and kind of been involved with the program on and off ever since. So.
Was coaching something you thought you'd get into, or you just kind of, I have a kid, so we're going to coach? Or
I got my first taste of it. I guess we do spring football, or county schools, Parke and Vermilion. So my coach, who was Bob Bergeron when I was there, I got to coach in the spring, 5th and 6th as a high school.
Okay.
Yeah, as a high school player. So that kind of gave me my first taste of it. And it's just always something that I've enjoyed. So
good.
Yeah.
Good. Now, have you been let's go through your coaching journey. I mean, high school, you're coaching youth league. Did you go anywhere else, or just stayed in?
No, I'm an RP guy. That's I don't. Yeah, I wouldn't want to coach anywhere else, or that's where I graduated from. I'm just being from that area and knowing everybody. Yeah, I wouldn't want to go anywhere else. So,
how does it feel coaching your alma mater?
Pretty good. And I was an assistant for years. Seeing multiple head coaches come through. Our athletic director Charlie Martin, and we had a new coach about every 3 years. Was about the way it went. So he gave me the opportunity, and I've been grateful for it. And they let me take a shot at it, and it's worked out, I guess. So
so far so good. I was doing some research on you. It looks like you're the winningest coach right now.
Well, yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. We haven't accomplished. We haven't accomplished what we want to yet, but it feels good to finally get a little bit of respect, I guess.
Absolutely. I've been covering you for 2 years now, and I tell you what, you got a good rushing attack. It's scary.
Well, that's we like to run the ball. It's no secret what we like to do. Got some big boys up front this year. Something we're not. I guess everybody's usually about the same, but these guys they're a little different than what we've had in the past. So we're excited about the possibility what they could be. We're not happy with where they are yet, but they're getting there. So
still early in the season.
Yeah,
they'll get to where they need to be.
Yeah,
right.
That's the plan.
Right there about October, they're going to get right where they need to be.
I hope so.
Make a deep run into the playoffs.
That's the plan.
So what kind of traditions does Riverton Parke have?
With coaching turnover like it was, I mean, that was one thing we tried to do, is establish a culture. So as far as really traditions, I mean, we've done some things. Our touchdown club's done some things. So I don't know. I guess one thing I can think of is we have a little, barn, I guess, if you will. Our kids run out of.
Oh, cool.
They form a tunnel, and so our seniors every year after they graduate, they put their name in that barn on the inside and leave a little message. So, the goal is one day, when players come back, maybe their dad's name was in there, or whoever. And then we've added a kind of a Panther statue when you walk up to the field, and, our kids, they like to touch the head on that, kind of a good luck thing.
Yeah.
So just trying to establish a culture. That was the biggest thing when we took over. So
very nice.
Yeah.
We talked before the show. I said growing up, I'm a Northview guy for those who don't know, and growing up it was Northview versus the world. So I didn't.
Yeah.
Nobody else outside of that bubble mattered to me at that time. And now I want to learn. There's such good football around in this area, and I want to learn more about it. I'm hungry for it. So it's perfect. So I'm glad. I'm once again glad you took the time to talk to me. We're starting the conference game now. You got Fountain Central coming up.
Yep.
What's the conference outlook look like?
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. You just take it week by week. I know every coach says the same thing. Fountain Central is, they've been picked to be one of the better teams in the WRC. So, our focus has been on that. They return almost every single player they had. I think they might have lost one senior. They got some good athletes. So, we've been preparing for that. And the goal is just to do what we do. And, we'll see what happens.
One game at a time.
Yeah.
They're just a nameless, faceless opponent now.
Yep.
Does Riverton Parke, is there a rivalry game? I'm guessing with Parke Heritage, there's got to be a rivalry game. You're in the same county.
Yeah. It's, they've had some really good teams when they first, joined, became Parke Heritage. Coach Moore had some really, really good teams up there. We made it to championship game in the sectional 4 years ago, I think, against them. And, yeah, they were really, really good. We were definitely outmatched in that. But so now it's 1A football. It's up and down. Me and Coach Rector actually went to college together, and great guy. They're working hard up there to try to get things turned around. But, it's just, it's 1A. You have good years, bad years. And I think they're on their way up. They've got some good kids, some good young kids. And so it's definitely a rivalry. We played for I think it's a post hole driver or something.
Oh, cool.
I don't know who came up with that, but
that'll work.
Yeah, it's on So, we've been fortunate. We've been on the winning side of that the last couple of years, but we know when we see them, it's county.
Oh yeah,
it'll be a good game.
Absolutely,
they'll play hard. We'll play hard, and we'll see what happens.
That game means just a tick more. Yeah.
Yep.
So the sectional outlook. I mean, who's all in the sectional? I haven't even looked.
So North Central is in there.
Oh.
Fountain Central, North Vermilion. Well, the big one, South Putt. Coach Sorrell in there with us. We got to the championship last year against those guys. They were really, really good. They were just a better team than us. And so. Yeah, well, we know if we want to get to where we want to go that, we're going to have to deal with those guys. So that's been the mindset. Our kids are working hard. We got a lot of football to play before then. We'll just keep plugging away at it. And hopefully we can give them a better showing than what we did last time.
Right.
We'll see. They're pretty good.
They're pretty good, but you guys you're good too. I've been keeping track. You got a rushing attack, man. I said you had a two-headed monster before the show, and you're like, we got more. And I'm excited to see what more you got.
Yeah, we got some pretty good running backs. We heard all the talk. We had really good running back play last year out of AJ Golf and Kyle Price. Those guys were really good. But they're both seniors, so we had a lot of kids sitting behind them that were ready to get their shot. And so this year, we got a lot of juniors, Jett Lesniak and Brody McConnell will be back here in about three weeks, hopefully, from an injury. He had a great week of our first game there against Cloverdale. Suffered an injury, so he's going to be out for a few weeks. But and then our fullback Derek Collom, I think he had a pick six last week, so I think he's got 7 touchdowns on the season already.
Not bad, 2 games.
Yeah. So yeah, he's pretty good. Victor Shootman, Remington Malone, Noah Pope. I mean. Yeah, they're all
goodness.
They're all capable, on any given night to have a really good night. So
you have a running back factory going on up there.
Right now we do, and we're excited about the program. We just want to keep it going. So.
Well, you talked about your big linemen up front. You said they're big this year. Is it because they've been eating your tenderloins?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. A lot of these kids have been there since we started with them in youth. We had one move in last year or this year that, he's Lane Griffin. He's definitely helped. He's a big kid. So yeah, they're just big kids. It's just one of them,
Yeah.
We're going to enjoy them for the next year or two. Most of them will be back even next year. We got a couple kids that are, I guess subs, if you will, that we really like. Parker Britton's a sophomore. He's a kid that, most teams he would be on the field somewhere. And he's been in quite a bit for us already. But so yeah, we're going to enjoy it for the next year or two, and then my freshman class I think's got 20 in it, and there's some really good linemen in that. So it's kind of a perfect setup for us.
Mhm.
We'll get through these groups of kids, and then those freshmen will get their time when they're juniors and have a couple of years of JV under their belt and be ready to go.
Absolutely. And you talked about the youth program. You said that Riverton Parke, their youth program is still pretty new. I mean, probably what, 5-10 years old?
Probably a little over 10, probably.
Okay.
We started, it might be more than that. We played in the WRC early on. We got out of that and went to the Boys and Girls Club in Terre Haute. That was really good for us.
Mm-hmm.
And then it had some, I guess, they changed some people in charge of that, and it didn't seem like it was as good as what it once was. So we got out of that and got back in the WRC now.
Okay.
Our numbers are good. So we're I think this is our second year back in WRC. So,
okay.
Yeah, we're okay. I mean, I like all of our kids. It's hard to tell what a third grader or fifth grader is going to turn out to be by the time they're in high school. So, we preach all the time that it's all about effort. We can't teach you effort, but we can get you in the weight room and get you stronger, and we'll worry all about that stuff when you get to us. But
absolutely. Well, that's the thing with youth sports is you don't know how good a kid is at 8, 9, 10, or even 13, 14, like you said earlier. I mean, it's a process. It's a process, but running kids off when they're 7 and making them hate the sport, you could have, a 6'7" kid. Yeah. Like, I hate football. My coach ran me off at 7. I don't want to play it ever again. You don't want that.
No.
And so I commend you on what you're doing. I love hearing about this. Riverton Parke is going to be a force in the WRC. I'm telling you right now. I know I've got.
We ain't done nothing yet.
So. I'm getting a little big for my britches, I know, but we have a lot of in the Dinerverse, as I call it, that's just my made up name. I call everything I run through, but we have several WRC teams. But I'm looking forward to learning about the WRC, covering the WRC, and just
it's a good conference. They've had a lot of success. Seeger was really, really good. They've had really good football over the years. North Vermilion, Coach Crabtree's been really good. Coach Barrett had a good run last year at SV. Kind of got them in the right direction. So yeah, there's been some really good football over the years in WRC. Fountain Central's always been good. So
yeah,
yep.
I'm looking forward to it. And at that, I do want to thank our sponsors real quick. Let me click the button. I want to thank our gold sponsors for letting me do what I do: Wabash Valley Plumbing, RJ's Formal Wear, Stitch Embroidery and Apparel, and Everhote Co. Thank you all. Coach, any final words?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Appreciate you having me.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for taking the time.
Yep. Not a problem.
And we look forward to covering the rest of the season. So,
all right, thanks.
We're out of here. Keep pushing. Love y'all.